everybody. Welcome along. But starting off with some bad news. I'm afraid tonight's party is cancelled. It's not that we couldn't go ahead of it. It's just that we heard that if we did, Boris Johnson might turn up. Anyway, let's start the show with an old Tim Hart number. There must be no sad farewell, no feeling that no tongue can tell, no staring at the emptiness I have left behind. And there must be no tear-dimmed eyes, no questions why and no surprise. We cannot live this life of lies. I'm trying to be kind as I go on my way. There's nothing you can say to make me stay. You must put all this behind you. I'll leave nothing to remind you I was ever here. You'll find you're better on your own. I may be right, I may be wrong, but our love was short and life is long. You know that from this moment on I'm living it alone. And as I say, that was a song by the late Tim Hart, who was member of the original Steel Eye Span. What a great guy he was, and what a great group they are. I was looking at YouTube this week, and there's a new release of a Steel Eye Span gig with the current lineup of the band. And honestly, it's the best lineup really since the heyday of the 70s. Absolutely brilliant, with Benji Kirkpatrick in the band, and of course Benji's dad, John Kirkpatrick, was in Steel Eye back in the late 70s, I think it was. I remember going to see them in Great Yarmouth and taking a young lady with me who completely, utterly rejected me that night. But hey, that's my life. So what have we been doing this week? Well, the last 2 weeks. I've been spending lots of money. Oh, yes. One of the things I've been spending my money is on guitar strings. And look at these lovely, lovely guitar strings. And I can't really show here, but if I had stage lights rather than just these white lights, you would see that they would glow red. Oh, and they got a beautiful ringing tone to them. Absolutely lovely. And they come all the way from America. And they're wonderful strings by a company called DR. They're all hand wound and I'm going all of a quiver. The other thing is I've been spending money on a new PA system, because we take this show out on the road every now and again and go to Cropredy, to the old dairy farm, and then we do a live show. And it was a bit difficult last year because they had a 4-channel mixer and things like that. And so we've now gone posh. We've got a 16-channel mixer and lots of microphones and power amp and all sorts of stuff. So unfortunately, no room for the tent. So what Mike doesn't know is we'll be staying in his caravan with him and his wife. But there you go, He'll cope somehow. Talking of Mike, he's just actually now become my wardrobe assistant as well as my live producer, because I couldn't decide what shirt to wear today. So he chose this one. So any complaints, please pass them on to Mike. Just address them to Mike Booty, Bishop of Cropredy, wardrobe advisor and producer. What else can I tell you? Been to the dentist. That's another £282 that's going to have to go out of my bank account. So, and I'm thinking this time what I'll do is I'll put it on my Sainsbury's credit card so that I actually get nectar points for having my teeth done. And, be some sort of compensation at least. And, at least I'll get rid of this gap and I'll be able to say words beginning with F again without spitting everywhere. And what you can't see is there is a big plastic sheet between Mike and I, because he forgot to bring his soap with him this week and take his shower at the same time as producing. So I mentioned feeling all of a quiver, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Well, there is a good reason for feeling all of a quiver. And that's because our first video this week is from Gabriel Moreno and the Quivering Poets. It's a beautiful little song called Solitude. Have a listen to this.
Solitude, I think you've gone a little far this term. I asked you for a single room, not for the whole hotel to burn. My brothers, they forgot to shave. My sisters don't wear bras. They hang around in space all day and sing like sparrows in gowns. sacred night returns, keep your meat hooks of my radiance. Give the time for our lovers and our friends to abandon their concerns before the winter chill descends. Oh, solitude, farewell. Solitude, you're such a farce. I bet you're pleased with this affair. The planet God, it's holiday whilst we hide like rodents under the stairs. And when the Prince of Ghosts comes back, don't remind me of your cul-de-sac. We are not in this party for the buck, nor to apprehend your heart. We were just savoring the stars. Oh, solitude, depart. Solitude, I'm sick and tired of being alone with you. Surely, things must change. Oh, solitude, you charlatan, you made porridge with our brains, whilst you and all your Eton mates take ecstasy and cocaine. And when the sacred night returns, keep your meat hooks of my radiance. Give the time for our lovers and our friends to abandon their concerns before the winter chill descends. Oh, solitude, oh, solitude, oh, solitude, farewell.
Did you enjoy that? I think that was a fantastic little video. Well done, Gabriel. And you can get more of his stuff if you go to his website. There's loads of stuff you can download. As I always say, it's lovely if you can support the artists, because they do let me have these videos for free and they perform for free, and they're just looking to really get their music out to all of you. So I've been looking at the messages we're getting and things like that. We've got somebody watching from France called Patricia Nichols. So hi Patricia, I hope your audio is getting better, by the way. We got people from Norwich and that place on the south coast. I've forgotten the name of it now. No, it's Essex, not on the south coast, where Rosie lives. John Parker in Wyndham, Alison Breeder in Wyndham, Brian Temple in New York. Hi Brian, hi New York. Simon Godfrey, Amy Rodolfo, me, Richard Rackstraw. Oh gosh, loads of people watching. So welcome along everybody. It's really great to see you here. And do tell your friends. Oh, AJ, Anthony John Clark, who is the main compere at Cropredy, is watching. We're hoping to persuade Anthony to actually come on the show, so hopefully AJ you'll get a feel for it from this and the last show, and do us a little half-hour set. Yeah. Anyway, Onwards, onwards. I have done this before, but not for a long time. So you might not know who this is by. So you can have a little guess. Miss my love today, as I miss the stars that shine above, telling me one day my love will come to me again. This my love, I'd say, is the only thing that I can do. I just can't live with someone new reminding me of her. She said before she left she would return to me, although it may take quite a while. I know she'll come back, and once again the time to fall in love will still be mine. Till then I wait in morbid company. Miss my love I do, just as one would miss both day and night. Waiting here alone's not right, but what else can I do? Miss my love today, as I miss the stars that shine above, telling me one day my love will come to me again. She said before she left that she would return to me, although it may take quite a while. Come back, and once again the time to fall in love will soon be mine. Till then I wait for morbid company. Miss my love I do, just as one would miss both day and night. Sitting here alone's not right, but what else can I do? Sitting here alone's not right, but what else can I do? So, did you guess who that was by? Let's have a quick look. See if anyone has had a guess. Nope. Nope. Oh, we've got somebody new in though. Alison Elizabeth Fletcher from Clonethley. Hopefully she may be here to watch Amy Goddard, who is our special guest this week. Anyway, the songwriter is Gilbert O'Sullivan. Yeah, do you remember him? You know, Alone Again Naturally, Eau Claire and all that stuff. He actually wrote that song. And I always liked it. I always thought it was a pretty wonderful song. So, we're now on to video number 2. Video number 2 was provided to us from the same stable as Merry Hell by Damien Liptrop. Damien put us onto this group. They're called Vision Thing. We played their new single a few weeks back, but they also sent me this video, and it's really rather wonderful, and it's called Tristan Tree. So enjoy.
Tristan Tree is whispering, remember me, it says. I am the silent witness of centuries and days. I gathered and I sheltered you, your lover's sighs and breath. The vows you swore of love or war are carved into my flesh. But where now do you wander as you shelter here no more? Do you lie now in the ground forevermore? Tristan Tree is listening. Through centuries it stands as all of man's endeavor is gathered in its span. Its canopy, its energy stretched towards the sun. The seasons turn, the cycle carries on. But where are you, my children, who played here in my arms? I gathered you and sheltered you from harm. Come to me.
That was good, wasn't it? I'm sure you enjoyed that. I know I did. And as I say, that's the Tristan Tree by Vision Thing, and recommended to us by Damien Liptrop. And I think in the next couple of weeks we're probably going to have another video from Merry Hell that Damien has provided. So look out for that. I'm going to do another song. I'm going to give you a little story about it. This song, it actually has probably, well, what I believe to be the greatest line ever written, and that is, the smell of her hair was like cornfields in May. And I just wish I could have written that line. That is just wonderful, wonderful words as far as I'm concerned. And the reason why I want to tell you a story is many, many years ago, when this had first come out, and I got it on very early release and learnt the song and all that. And there was a certain popular Scottish band who were appearing at Norwich Arts Centre. And after the show, we were chatting to them in the bar, and we started playing music, and I sang them this song. And they asked me all about it, said, who's it by? And I told them it's a Richard Thompson number. And on the very next album, it turned up. So I personally, I claim it was my idea that they recorded that song. But they insisted later on that they must have heard it anyway, and it didn't come from then. But it was a wonderful night that we had, because after the bar closed at the Arts Centre, we then took them to Chicago's, which, for those of you that don't live in Norwich, I don't know if it's still there actually, but it was a sort of an alternative nightclub which did sort of rock music and sort of, you know, not disco basically. So it was populated by elder people, as it were. And we had a wonderful night there, and their lead singer Davey, sadly long past now, but he was wonderful, and he was telling me that night he had his arm around my shoulder and a pint in his hand, and he was telling me, here, Robbie, you gotta buy Clan Alba, it's the best album ever made, I'm on it. And so when I was up in living in Skye, and we called into Ullapool once, and I actually saw Clan Alba in this little shop and bought it. And it is a wonderful album. If you can ever get hold of it, it's just called Clan Alba by Clan Alba. It's really, really good, especially if you like a bit of Scottish music. And of course, Richard Thompson is actually a Scotsman. Oh, she danced in the street with her guns all around her, torn like a rag doll, barefoot in the rain. And she sang like a child to her day, to her daddy, how will I ever be simple again? She sat by the banks of the dirty grey river, tried for a fish with a worm on a pin. There was nothing but fever and ghosts in the water. How will I ever be simple again? War was my love and my friend and companion. What did I care for the pretty and plain? But her smile was so clear and my heart was so troubled. How will I ever be simple again? a poor burned out house. I sat at a table, the smell of her hair like the cornfields in May. And I wanted to weep, but my eyes ached from trying. How will I ever be simple again? So graceful she moved in the dust and the ruin. Happy she was in her dances and games. Teach me to see with your innocent eyes, love. How will I ever be simple again? How will I ever be simple again? Richard Thompson's How Will I Ever Be Simple Again? One of my favourite ever songs. So, it is that time of the evening. It is special guest time. And boy, do we have a treat for you tonight. I can't honestly remember how Amy came to my attention. It may well be that she replied to one of my many appeals for videos, or I may have discovered one of her videos. I really can't remember. But you may remember we played the video about Ep10 and her song some months back now. And she is an award-winning singer-songwriter, originally from Wales, now living in Portsmouth. She is so talented that it beggars belief, to be honest. I mean, if you follow her on Facebook, you will see her crafting, her painting, her photography, even installing a kitchen and a bathroom. I mean, you know, all this, and she does gigs and writes songs. It is amazing stuff. You are really going to love this. It is a beautiful half an hour set. So please stay tuned for the next half an hour and watch the wonderful Amy Goddard.
Hello there, folks. It's great to be here playing a live set for you tonight. And I'm very pleased to be a special guest of the Hedge at Home show. So I'm going to start off with the opening track from my debut album. This is called I Will See. Speak, trusted brother, tell me my name. The scales will fall and one day I'll see. Draw me the image you see within the flames. When the smoke clears, then I will see. Blowing ruby embers, all the rumors of the past. A twisting dragon form of smoke, and white hearts glittering sparks. When the morning mist descends, creeps between the trees, the dew soothes my worried brow and wash away the night, so I will see. Wash away the night, so I will see. Climb, lunar spirit, lend me your light. The night's breeze will sing when I see. Tireless provider, so clear and bright. I paint my song silver when I see. I listen to the thunder futility of worry will dissolve as my eyes open and I see. Thanks very much. So, as I said, that was the opening track from my debut album. It was called I Will See, and it's all about really sort of learning to be happy and comfortable in your own skin and not being such a worrier. So it's still a work. I'm still a work in progress on not being a worrier. I think probably most of us are. So I'm going to carry on now with a John Stewart song. Now, those of you who already know me will know that I'm a big John Stewart fan. He's one of my favourite singer-songwriters. And my last release was actually an album of his songs as a tribute to him that came out in 2019. I'm currently just putting the final touches to my next album of my own material with a couple of covers as well. But the 2019 release, Always a Dreamer, was all John Stewart songs, and this is one of my favourites. This is called The Last Hurrah, and he put it on an album when he was so disillusioned with the music business. He was thinking, right, this is it. This is my swan song. This is my final album. And it's going to be my goodbye to the music world. But he went on to release about another 20 albums after that before his death in 2008. So I think it's a good reminder to never say die. This is The Last Hurrah. Tracks, the song's been taken. This may be the last hurrah. In Tennessee they were forsaken. LA was they coup de grace. Clean your guns, the battle's over. They belong now to the winds. The saddest words I've ever spoken were the words it might have been. And it's alright, it's only music. It is singing in the stars. Keep your dreams as clean as silver. This may be the last hurrah. This may be the last hurrah. Let's hide its only music. It is singing in the stars. Keep your dreams as clean as silver. This may be the last hurrah. This may be the last hurrah. This may be the last hurrah. Thanks very much. So that was the last hurrah from the album John Stewart Songs, Always a Dreamer. So you can find all my albums on my website, which is amygoddardmusic.co.uk. Okay, I'm just going to switch guitars because I play quite a bit in open C tuning. So I'm just going to switch guitars and then I'll play a couple of songs in open C tuning. I'm back, and this is the guitar that I use for open C tuning. So this is the tuning I learned from Dougie MacLean, and I will play you a Dougie MacLean song in a moment. But first of all, I'm going to play you a song of mine. This is called Gladdy, and this is a song that was based on letters from the trenches, and these letters were found in my great-grandmother's things after she died. She died at the age of 93 in the 1980s, and I do remember her because she lived with us when I was a child. So these letters were from her first boyfriend, and he died in the trenches in World War I. And although she'd married somebody else later on and had children, she'd kept these letters in her things for over 70 years. So it was a real little time capsule. And I thought there's got to be a song based on these. And the thing that really struck me about them when I read them for the first time was how little he actually told her. I mean, obviously there would have been the censor to think about, and the culture of protecting the women, but he really told her very, very little. Just that I miss you and I can't wait to see you. And I thought afterwards, when the things came out about what the conditions were like in the trenches, how upsetting that must have been for her and for all the people who'd received letters. Anyway, this is their story. This is Gladdy. very much. So that was Gladdy, and that's off my Secret Garden album. Okay, so I mentioned Dougie MacLean earlier, and I've always loved Dougie's music, and I was very fortunate to play the Perth Shiramba Festival a few years ago, and so I actually played there as an artist, and a few years before that I met Dougie at the Perth Shiramba Festival and did a guitar workshop with him, and that was really good, really interesting about how he uses his open C tuning. And of course his most famous song is Caledonia, so I'm going to sing that one for you now. Actually, I got the opportunity to play this on stage 2 at the Cambridge Folk Festival a couple of years ago, and that's how we formed our little trio, the Honeybees, because I was hanging around backstage and sort of tuning up and having a sing, and I was singing this song, and another singer-songwriter, Zoe Wren, came up and started singing along with me, started singing the harmonies, and then Adette Michelle came up and started singing the other harmonies, and we thought, oh, it sounds rather nice, a 3-part harmony, maybe we'll go out front and do this. And so we had one rehearsal, and then we went out and did it, and we found out afterwards there were about 1,500 people there, which was the biggest gig any of us had ever played. So we may have been a little more cautious if we'd realised that, but it was great, and we've maintained the trio since then, so come and see us at some point. So this is Caledonia.
Oh,
Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Thank you very much. So do look out for myself, Odette and Zoe at live gigs and online as the Honeybees Trio. Okay, I'll just swap the guitars back over again. Okay, back to the other guitar. This is the one that I made. It was a Martin kit, and I put the seahorse on the end of it. I haven't built any guitars for a little while. It's great to build your own guitar, but when you're building one for somebody else, it can be a bit stressful when you're not very experienced, because obviously they're waiting for it and they're counting on you. So I've just been doing it. I just do it for fun, really. Okay, so most of this has been a live set recorded just for the Hedge at Home show, but I just wanted to take the liberty of including just one pre-recorded track, because this one was recorded in one of my lockdown sessions and it's so much fun. This is the Hedgehog song, and it features the hedgehog, so I'll cut into that now. So here is our very, very special guest. Come, enter, Matt. And there she is. Oh, there's a hedgehog. Okay, so I'm going to sing the hedgehog song for you. I think a lot of you will know this. Basically, the story is we have an African pygmy hedgehog who is a pet. She is extremely grumpy. And after we'd had a similar hedgehog called Heggy Sue for a little while, my husband said to me, "You know what? She's just like you." Here he is, 20 years married. I thought, well, there's got to be a song in that, hasn't there? And this is the song that came from it. So this is the hedgehog song. Last time we did this on somebody else's page. She completely upstaged me, and then I got the giggles, and I couldn't hardly managed to finish the song. So say hello, Prickly Lily. Hello, Prickly. Ow! Oh, you hear that huffing? That's the noise she makes. I just got a prickle in the eye. Okay, so I'm going to sing you out with the hedgehog song with our very special guest. And hopefully she won't roll up into a tight little ball, and you might be able to see her little face. Okay. I've got a pretty little friend at home, but she huffs and puffs, says leave me alone. I'm a solitary animal, I don't need you, don't need friends, and I don't want to. Oh, na 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 na. Think I'm gonna cut up with a pretty little ball today. Oh,
staged, but totally worth it.
Okay, see, you couldn't miss seeing the Hedgehog, could you? That was the Hedgehog song. So it just remains for me to say thanks ever so much to Rob and the Hedge at Home for having me today. And I hope you've enjoyed the show. I will leave the PayPal link down the bottom of the video. If you're interested in leaving a tip, that's very much appreciated, but not essential. It's up to you. And obviously, if you like the music, maybe try and find my albums on my website, which is amygoddardmusic.co.uk. Okay, I'm going to finish off with another cover. This one is the Bruce Springsteen song, Dancing in the Dark. So thanks ever so much for having me. Thanks so much for listening, and thanks for having me.
Thanks, Amy. My God, what a good set. And of course, I mentioned so many other of her talents, I completely forgot one of the most important, that she actually is a luthier as well and can make guitars. I mean, gee. I mean, that was a wonderful set, and so many people I saw were enjoying that. And I'm really pleased that she did a half an hour set for us. Thank you, Amy. Thank you so, so much. Well, thank you also to Vision Thing for sending in their video, and Gabriel Moreno, who sent in his. Damien Liptrop for recommending people. Mike for being my live producer. And And wardrobe assistant today, don't forget, that was really important. All of you lot for watching, because as I always say at the end of a show, if it wasn't for you watching, it wouldn't be worth doing. And we may not be sort of hitting the millions of viewers that the BBC get, but we're doing all right, aren't we? And we have a nice little club amongst ourselves, and it does go out worldwide over not only Facebook but YouTube as well. And I should be downloading it or uploading it to YouTube later tonight, after Michael has gone and I've cleared up the lights and the cameras and put everything away and things like that. We're going to finish with our normal song. For those of you that are just joining us for the first time, this is a song that I always finish every Hedge at Home with. It's a song of hope, a song of acknowledging the past but looking to the future. And we can all actually join in with it. You know, it doesn't matter about the neighbours. You can just join in. Turn up the sound, join in when we get to the chorus. And the great thing about this is the chorus doesn't actually come in until the very end of the song. And then we sing it a few times. On a May morning, gonna wipe the slate clean, follow my dreams. All the yearning buds are here again, with a promise of a new life to come. Spring is here again. The sun is melting over the hill. All our roads are waiting to be revealed. For this day in history has brought us to here. Now it's all there for the taking. The day is what you see. The lights returning, work is in hand. All the cynics have vanished from where we stand. All the chances wasted are drawing me near. All around there's a new life rising from the winter fields. I'm alive again. I'm alive again. that's May morning. Wishing you all well for the next couple of weeks. Don't forget, in 2 weeks' time, we'll be back, and Brian Maguire will be our guest. And Brian's from Northumberland, I think I got it right. And we're going to really look forward to his set. So 2 weeks' time, Brian Maguire. That's when we'll next see you. Until then, my thanks to everybody. Keep yourself safe. Keep everyone else safe. May your gods go with you. Take care. See you in 2 weeks. Bye, folks. See ya.